Hi, Credit and Financial Coach Sean here. My financial journey started way back in West Texas many blue moons ago and led to why I am so passionate about helping people with their credit and their finances. The thing is, we all have our past stories, both good and bad. We get to choose to allow those stories to help us win in life or give up. A big part of my story was about growing up living in poverty, and maybe you're in poverty or just getting by. I hear every day that if only I had been taught by my family or in school, I would not have made the mistakes I've made with poor spending habits that led to using credit irresponsibly. In a lot of cases, people who make good money continue to spend more money than they make. I say you're living in poverty as you have less money coming in than you have going out, or you're living in survival mode where you have enough to pay your living expenses, but nothing more. I was determined to make something of myself so that I would be treated as an equal. As you see in rural Texas and New Mexico, racism is still a major problem. I worked hard, but the problem was I was never taught how to use money wisely. So as soon as I got paid, I would spend all of it trying to look the part. I started using credit and I spent way more than I made until the crash of 2007. I lost my job, my house, all my credit cards went to collections along with my other debts. I felt like giving up. I later found a mentor who got me back on my feet and educated me on rebuilding my credit, and he taught me how to use money wisely. He taught me it is not how much money you make, it is how much money you keep, and then how much money you save that is most important. And he challenged me to read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, The Millionaire Next Door, Financial Peace, and many more. I took him more seriously because I had to pay him for coaching, but it was so worth it. Today, I own several small businesses and investment homes. I say that not to brag, but to say, if I could do it, so can you. It doesn't take being smart. I was in special education classes for people who were the opposite of smart until I was in the 8th grade. It wasn't because I got a head start with money. I grew up poor, and when I was young, everyone around me were also poor. It wasn't because I got ahead in getting the right job. When I was in my early 20s and found the job I loved working for a consumer finance company, I was fired because I was black. Literally, my regional manager flew into town and told my manager to fire me because that company did not hire black people. At that point, I wanted to end it all or turn to selling drugs like a lot of the other black young men who didn't have other job opportunities. Turns out racism was at a higher degree than it was for me. My upbringing and my grandmother told me she'd kick my butt if I did either, and she scared me. Fast forward, after losing it all and hiring a mentor, I succeeded because of the education I received on how to use credit and money wisely, and I took action. It didn't come fast, it took time. I applied the following principles for myself. I paid myself first out of every check 10%. As soon as I got paid, I put that money into savings. I'm a Christian. I gave 10% to my church. There were other benefits of giving. I was helping people, and it gave me a spirit of abundance. I used 10% of guilt-free spending. I knew in order for me to maintain my financial plan, I needed to have some fun money. I lived on the remaining 70% of my income. I learned that my mission and my purpose was to help people out of their financial prison and to break the curse that if we don't change the way we handle credit and money, our families will always live with a poverty mindset and just survive and not thrive. Coach Sean here. Have a great day.